All right, we're Bring Me the Horizon. This is enemy.com.
I think the thing for us was we were inspired by everything but metal, so I think that's what maybe made it, a bit different, is the fact that we weren't looking to our peers or bands in our scene or whatever for inspiration. We were looking elsewhere and trying to bring other stuff into it but not being ridiculous about it. You know what I mean? We tried stuff what was ridiculous and it gets moved out. You know what I mean? It's just, and I think it was just a bit of a test, really, just trying new stuff and seeing what works. And I think what really worked for us is kind of looking at what's good about different types of music, like dance and electro and stuff. It's all about the groove and it's all about what makes people jump and dance. You know what I mean? We kind of tried to take that from that, and I guess pop music, obviously the melodies and stuff. So we kind of tried to. Obviously, there's good stuff about every genre that makes it popular. You know what I mean? So we kind of tried to look to other places rather than, I think, before any other album we've wrote is we haven't done that as much. It's almost been a bit you can't listen to pop music for inspiration. It's got to be from something heavy or whatever.
I think different people can relate to it in different ways because a lot of the songs are quite different. It's not just like a metal CD, so that's probably helped to get the album out to more people. I guess that's probably been a part of why it's been successful.
The current state, I think, is better than it ever has been. I think we've always had a lot of rock music, but in terms of bands in England breaking America and stuff, I mean, I think Royal Blood just did the VMAs or something, and stuff like that. We 10 years ago we had the 100 Reasons and Hell Is for Heroes and Lost Prophets, but it weren't really turning into a worldwide thing. It's where now I think people are paying a bit more attention to what England are putting out and stuff. So yeah, I think it's doing all right.
Royal Blood have kind of got some cool retro kind of thing. I think some of the riffs are kind of old school, bit Sabbathy sounding riffs, but then mixed with a bit of White Stripes stuff. So I guess it's kind of got, maybe it appeals to people who are into that kind of stuff as well. So I think that's probably part of the reason why.
Yeah. I think people Arctic Monkeys and stuff like that. I think a lot of those people will be kind of lusting for something a bit more heavy to get their teeth into. I think they're the next stepping stone, and I think you never know. They could have just as easily just not gone anywhere. You know what I mean? There's plenty of good English bands that they're really good and they just don't. It just don't happen. You know what I mean? But luckily for them, it's just clicked. I mean, they deserve it totally, but it's just clicked and it's at the right time. And I think it's a really good thing because it could have so easily, a lot of bands like that just get forgotten or just unnoticed or not supported. So yeah, I think it's good.